Our troubled country. The Department of Homeland Security is issuing a stark new warning about growing threats of violence from homegrown extremists after the insurrectionist attack on the Capitol January 6th. This is the first national terrorism advisory from the DHS in a year. Our Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas is in Washington with the latest.
This morning, the nation on alert. Homeland Security issuing a rare urgent bulletin warning the public and police that the threat from domestic terror is high. According to the new bulletin, right-wing militants and lone wolves may target elected officials and government facilities and may be emboldened by the January 6th breach of the U.S. Capitol.
They're out there, they're angry, they're disenfranchised. They're upset that President Trump lost.
In a sign this threat is real, the FBI now announcing charges against Ian Rogers after authorities say they discovered an arsenal of 49 firearms and 5 fully functional pipe bombs after searching his home and business. The FBI claims Rogers was angry because President Trump lost and was preparing for an attack, allegedly texting, "I want to blow up a Democrat building bad. I hope 45, President Trump, goes to war. If he doesn't, I will." An attorney for Rogers says nothing indicates that he was actually planning an attack. But according to an FBI affidavit, authorities fear that Rogers of Napa may have had his sights on the California governor's office after recovering threatening text messages on his phone. Law enforcement on edge across the country as the FBI races to arrest all those who staged the insurrection on Capitol Hill. The massive scale of the probe becoming clearer. 400 suspects identified, hundreds more under investigation.
Thanks to Pierre Thomas for that. ABC News contributor and former FBI agent Brad Garrett, mentioned in Pierre's piece there, joins us now with more. So, Brad, there's this startling indictment out of the Justice Department, conspiracy to obstruct Congress last night. Prosecutors claim that some of the militia members Pierre just reported on were actually planning a response to Trump's loss as early as November. This was a plot cooked up for months. What do we know about this?
So, Terry, you have to really go back a number of months, even beyond the fall, as you watch these groups build, and from their vantage point, President Trump encouraging them to build, going toward, if he loses, we're going to lose everything that we believe in: our guns, our right to worship a particular way, our right to wear masks or not wear them. It goes on, of course. But this has been building up, and it got to such a fever pitch in the fall, and then into, obviously, he loses the election, and with President Biden taking office, you now have these groups believing if they don't overthrow the current government, then their way of life is lost.
It's staggering, really. What specific threats going forward now that the insurrectionist attack has been taken care of to some degree and law enforcement all over investigating that? But looking forward, what is law enforcement most concerned about?
That groups like the Oath Keepers, like Proud Boys, there's a lot of them, are recruiting people to join them. And the idea is, Terry, that they will then form or build strategic attacks. At the Capitol, you had people from all walks of life. You had some people that were clearly serious. Others were just there. These would be attacks that they would take a group of people trained and go toward a particular target, whether, to Pierre's point, going after the governor of California or someone at that level, probably going to be a Democrat, or going after the water supply or electric grid. I mean, that's been tossed out there as a possibility. So this is a issue that's not going away, that we're going to have to live with for a period of time. And it's really got law enforcement cranked up because they don't release bulletins like this very often. And so people should really take this seriously.
And we thank Brad for that.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.